I want to talk to you today about what you might not realize you need if you're going to get stronger. My name's Levi Lesko, and I'm the author of the children's book, Marvel at the Moon. And today's verse of the day is 1 John 4:15. Whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him, and he in God. When you lift weights with a dumbbell at the gym, like me, you might often forget and neglect the negative aspect of each rep. When you do a press, or when you do an extension, or when you do a curl, there's two aspects to it. There's the concentric, the part where we're always thinking about bringing that weight up, or the actual explosion up. But we forget that there's also the second half of that rep is where it comes back down. The point is there's two aspects to strengthening a muscle. So it is with your soul. And John's telling us that we need confession. But confession is not just what we often think of when it comes to, I confess my sins to God. I tell him the things that I know are sinful in his sight. It's not just telling God about our sinful deeds. It's also our statements of faith. To confess that Jesus is the Son of God. This causes God to abide in us and us in him. Translation, you get a little bit stronger. So are you neglecting the second half of confession? Yes, like the bar of soap, 1 John 1:9, tell him the wrong things you've done so that you can be cleansed and that you can restore your relational fidelity. But also declare, Jesus, you are the Son of God. This is where the creeds come in, that you suffered under Pontius Pilate, born of Virgin Mary. You descended to the dead. You crucified, died, you buried, you ascended to heaven. You stand at the right hand of the Father. I confess, Jesus, that you are coming again to judge the living and the dead. Don't forget about that negative tension that comes when you don't just bring him your sinful deeds, but you also declare who Jesus is.